Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy MonsterCast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy MonsterCast, the Roll20 Gang playtests a new scenario from Children of the Apocalypse from Happy Monster Press. We're going to run you through a little chase scene here tonight. Be revisiting the wonderful world of Children of the Apocalypse. I'm amping it up a little bit. Now you're going to have a little Mad Max style magical vehicle battle action. That's what I'm testing out tonight. You guys are driving a minivan. I'm going to give you your character here.
Ooh, boy. So I'm kind of like depressed and like whatever, I guess.
Yeah, your family was killed by horrible monsters, and you're drinking to kill the pain until you can kill enough of them that you feel like you can die and join your family.
Oh, boy.
And you're a hell of a shot.
I'm like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, that's a fair comparison.
Whatever. Life sucks.
Let me shoot. Oh, you want me to shoot it? All right.
All right, I guess so.
You should have access to your characters now, so you can check them out.
Rime of Frost. Oh my god.
Yeah, you like the frosty healing?
Totally. It's so weird, but I love it. Your hands are cold as ice. Yeah, but don't you feel better? Yeah.
Oh my god, I got a musket and a bayonet. No, like maybe dagger or anything?
Nope. You're mostly going to be shooting at other cars anyway, so even the bayonet may not come into play.
Oh, wonderful.
You're pretty much a classic paladin just with ice trappings.
Love it.
Greetings, all.
Hey, Frank. Let's see. You were Argelia. Let me hook you up here.
I'm big and I like axes.
You're big and scary looking. Extremely, extremely scary looking.
Hello.
Hey, Brennan.
How's everybody tonight?
Good. So let's give you access to your character sheet.
Okay.
Your character, Brendan, is greatly resembles Frank's character from the Rift game.
From the Rift. I'm looking at the image. Does my character have 4 arms?
Your character does have 4 arms.
Nice. Well, 4-armed is forewarned. Oh, wait. Sorry, no more.
And not only that, you are multi-dexterous. So you have no offhand penalties for any actions with any of your arms.
All hands are good hands.
Nice.
Exactly.
I look like somebody chromed the Swamp Thing.
Yeah, the Tanane, they're one of your hindrances is hideous. So yeah, take that full into account. You are hideous.
You got a face only your mother could love.
But on the plus side, you also are very talkative. You have the big mouth hindrance. Can't really shut up about anything. And as an added bonus, you're covered in a chitinous hide that gives you armor. All right, not sure if we're gonna get Jung Soo, so I'm gonna go ahead and get things rolling here. Well, I'll throw you the backstory and we'll pick her up when we get in. Okay, so you're in the world of Children of the Apocalypse, which most of you have played before in one form or another. This is a post-apocalyptic version of New England in which there was a massive destructive event of some kind about 500 years ago. It is known to you as the War of the Gods. And since then, civilization has been rebuilding. One of the local centers of civilization is the city of Charlestown. And in the city of Charlestown, to entertain the locals every spring, there's a grand race of magically powered vehicles. So owners of war wagons, wheel horses, and all kinds of strange vehicles come from cities all over the place to compete in the Charlestown Scramble. This year, the winning vehicle will receive a skyboat from the Protector's personal collection. And the second and third prizes will be $10,000 and $5,000 in silver. There are not a lot of rules for this event. You're not allowed to deliberately kill opposing racers, but pretty much anything else goes. You've been approached by Barbara Hill, a tinker mage. She has created a war wagon, which she calls the Sand Quest. She found old speech letters on this vehicle. To modernize, what you're looking at is a Nissan Quest minivan.
Awesome, brother. Okay.
Sexier than a station wagon, though.
Wow. All right.
There's a sunroof, so someone sitting in the second row can pop up through a hole in the roof and fire in any direction. Otherwise, you're pretty much firing out the sides if you're in the second row. Back row can obviously fire out the sides of the back. Front row can fire forward or to the side. Someone has to drive. And the driving is done by magic. So you're going to be using an occult skill. That could be faith. It could be spellcasting. It could be psionics. It could be occult, or it could be weird science that the driver is using.
Okay. I don't know what you guys' stats are. I'm sporting a D8 in weird science. Plus, I have 4 arms, so I could theoretically be driving and shooting at the same time.
Yes, the only person who is better equipped with mental skills is Lady Hill. However, she is also pretty effective at doing messing people up mentally. So if you want to take the driver's seat, that is completely okay.
I don't have driving.
I'll volunteer to drive.
Okay, so that puts you in the driver's seat. The rest of you need to position yourselves throughout the vehicle. Argelia, you're accompanied as always by your trusty Crocata companion, McTavish. A Crocata is basically an alligator dog. And Brianna, you have the ability to summon your battle buddy at a distance of up to 8 inches away.
Okay.
So where do you guys want to position yourselves in the vehicle?
I'm driving, obviously.
Yes. So we've got you in the driver's seat, but we need to line up everybody else around you. So I'll just go around. Frank, Argelia.
Well, I have no problem popping up the top and lobbing axes at people.
All right. Why don't we pop you in the second row then? August.
I've got a gun. I guess I can kill people.
Also a second row. Dame Stern. Do you want to take the back seat or shotgun?
I just want to take anywhere where I can, hit people and smash things and also take hits for people if they need it. So, yeah, shotgun or back, yeah.
Shotgun sounds good. So we'll put Lady Hill in the back with McTavish.
Where is the sunroof? Is that over the...
It's over the second row. It's been modified, so it's over the second row.
So second row people are the ones that would be...
One of them can pop up through... Yes, one second row person can pop up through the sunroof at a time.
Okay, so whoever has a decent ranged weaponry would be a good person for that slot.
Yes. So the way the chase works is you're moving from card to card on the board here. So all 6 vehicles are starting out on the 4 of spades here.
Okay.
And the other 6 vehicles are as follows. You have the Raging Wolf, which is a tricycle configuration wheel horse. The pilot is a wizard. Let me take a step back. We're starting partway through the race. There were quite a few vehicles that started, but by the time you get to the final stretch of the race, there's only 6 that are still in play, and they're all basically running neck and neck. So you have the Raging Wolf, which is piloted by a wizard. That's a wheel horse style vehicle with 3 wheels, which is unusual. You have the Racer Dulac, which is an open-topped war wagon. Person riding shotgun is an expert markswoman and has 10 loaded muskets in a rack right behind her seat. And the pilot is a psionic. Then you have Team Aleph. This is a heavy war wagon. It's even bigger than yours. It's got arrow slits all around it, and it's packed full of crossbowmen. Then you have Edward's Flail, which is a massive tracked vehicle with a giant iron ball on a cable from it. That's driven by a Tinker Mage. And last but not least, you have the Bad Buggy, which is driven by a cleric of Isset, a lore warden of Isset, and a fighter. And so in the chase, everyone on a given vehicle will go at the same time. And there are several different operations that the driver of the vehicle can do. Everybody else in the vehicle can do whatever they would normally do. The range between cards is 5 inches. So for example, if you're on the Joker and another vehicle is on the 4 of spades, then that's a 10-inch range for any ranged attacks. You can do melee attacks if you're on the same card, which all of you start out that way. So actions that you can take, you always get a free action each turn. That free action can be used to change position, meaning move forwards, to take evasive action, or to hold steady to make it easier for your comrades to attack. You can also take a full action. Your full action choices are you can do a boarding action, where your guys are going to be leaping from your vehicle into one of the other ones. You can change position as an action. If you use that as your action, you improve your chances of moving forward on a card. You can evade to run away, which isn't really pertinent for this exercise. Sorry, you can flee to run away, which isn't really pertinent for this exercise. You can try to force a vehicle off the road, or you can ram another vehicle. So those are going to be your options, Brianna, as the driver.
Okay.
For the rest of you, you're going to be able to do your thing with your characters. Hey, Jungsu, I'm adding you into Virginia here now so you can see what her capabilities are. She's kind of a stuck-up noble.
Yep, got that.
Okay. So, and conveniently, as you round the bend, your goal is to be the first vehicle intact to reach the end of the course, which is represented by the 2 of spades on the layout here. And conveniently for you, you guys have initiative on the first round. So, driver, what would you like to do?
All right. So we're all kind of neck and neck right here, right? So I can.
Yes.
All right. So if we're all neck and neck, so one of the I have to advise me on this. The light darkness spell that I can cast here. It says that I can cast that and attach it to an inanimate object.
Yes.
Right. And so that means I can move an inanimate object. Is it within the rules of the game for me to move a part of another vehicle? The rules of the race.
To move a part of another vehicle? Absolutely. As long as you don't kill anybody.
Okay. So I'm going to use this power and I'm going to take that big swinging metal ball and I'm going to use that to wrap around one of the other vehicles, probably the one that has the other Tinker Mage driving.
Okay. So what ability are you using to do this?
Okay. I'm looking here. And I might be misreading this, but it's the one that has the focused beam.
Okay, yes. No, that's not that you can move an object. That's that you can move the darkness or the light.
Okay. Well, in that case, I want to use that. All right. Now I understand that part. All right. I can attach that to an inanimate object. As I read this, so I can attach that to sort of this area of darkness.
Yes.
All right. Well, I will attach that to the vehicle, the one with the swinging ball.
Okay, so make a weird science roll to do that. Now, just so you know, that will affect the entire card. You good with that?
You mean that's going to affect everybody in the whole area, all the vehicles?
Everybody who's on the same card as Edward's flail will be affected by the darkness.
Which is all 6 vehicles right now.
Yes. So my suggestion is you can do that, but do your maneuver first if you want to try to move ahead.
Yes. Let's try to move ahead first.
Okay. So I'll take that darkness. So you've achieved the darkness on the wrecking ball. And you now make a weird science roll at -1. If the only thing you're doing is changing position to move forwards, then that nets to a +1.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm doing. I'm just going to go forward. Or do another weird science roll for that. All right, here it comes.
Yes. Oh, very nice. That moves you take off and you zoom forward you drop the darkness in. It creates this massive confusion in the group and you go shooting forward.
So all 5 of the remaining vehicles are stuck in this cloud of darkness now.
At present, yes.
Cool.
Before he does that, however, all of you have the opportunity to attack, cast spells, what have you, on the rest of the folks there. And you can do that before the darkness hits. Dame Stern, your Ward of Isset is unsuccessful. Would you like to Benny that?
Most definitely, yes.
That's much better. You now have +4 armor. Okay. August, what would you like to do?
No, I'm not August.
No, you're not August.
I'm kidding. Well, I know I'm not August. Got it.
I don't know. Maybe I think I'm going to shoot one of them, guys.
Okay. Which vehicle would you like to shoot at?
I think I'll shoot at the bike.
Okay.
You sound so excited.
All right.
Yay.
Take your shot. That will hit. Oh, that's sad.
Not good.
So this guy's wearing a black pot helmet that only covers the top of his head, but you manage to hit him right in the helmet and it ricochets up and off of his head.
Well, that's not good.
Argelia?
I'm going to pop at the top, and we have a 3-wheeled vehicle here.
Yes, that's the one that your comrade just shot at and popped back down to reload.
I'm going to whip out my bow and see if I can take out the front tire.
All right. Go ahead and make the roll. It's going to be at -4.
I'm going to whip out my bow and shoot the side of this thing.
Like in that case, it's only -2 because you're in a moving vehicle. All of these shots are different. Yep. That will miss. The arrow sails harmlessly away. And Virginia, what would you like to do?
So if I cast fear, that's an area effect.
It can be, yes.
Okay, so how many people could I potentially hit with this?
So you would have to do 2 things with your powers. The first is you would have to spend extra power points for the area effect to make it a large burst template, in which case you could hit everyone. But you would also need to spend an extra power point to make it selective so you didn't hit your own people. So the total cost in power points for dropping fear on everybody would be 6 power points.
6 power points. And that would limit the effect on my car.
Right.
My vehicle.
It would exclude your vehicle and you would hit everyone else.
Okay. You know what? Let's try it.
Okay.
Oof. Can I Benny that?
You definitely want to Benny that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get psionic backlash, which is bad.
No, that's not good. I'll take it.
That is.
Oh, hi.
You guys are scared. You better run.
So this is going to be a whole lot of fear rolls for me. So here I go. Okay, we're going to start with the pilot of the Raging Wolf. He manages to deal with his fear okay. The sharpshooter in the... Wow, they're rolling well. Maybe they were expecting this. Not her. Oh, that's really bad. Okay, so there's our first victim. The driver of Racer Dulak is hit hard by this attack.
Hopefully they'll lose control and go careening into somebody who's kept their head.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
that's unfortunate. Never mind.
The driver has a minor phobia of minivans.
As well they should. Oh my God, we're going to have kids. No, I'm kidding.
I'm trying to say, yeah. Hey, that's it. A little close to home there. Come on now.
I think I speak with knowledge. No.
Yeah, that's a shared affliction.
That's right.
So does that mean that when that vehicle comes within range of us, they get us?
They're going to have a piloting problem trying to do anything around here.
Ooh, well played.
And,
Near minivans. Nice.
Team ALF isn't doing so good on this either. Okay, the driver is now hesitant for the duration of the race. They're also kind of freaking out here. So what that means is that for the duration of the race, they're going to draw 2 action cards and take the lower one, which is really annoying for them.
Good.
Yes.
Next up, we have the guy, the crossbowman in the back. All of whom are freaking out.
Shoots himself in the foot.
No more bow for you.
They're all shaken. Very good use of a penny there. Okay, the pilot of Edward's Flail is super pumped with adrenaline from this attack and is actually doing better.
Oh,
And,
no.
Last but not least, we have the folks in the bad buggy. Driver's okay. It's a priest to visit. She's seen this sort of thing before, as is her co-pilot. So some good solid havoc there, though. All right, so the driver of the Raging Wolf, he's a little torqued. So he is going to first attempt to catch up. But that's going to be a little more challenging for him because he's in the dark right now. And he is not able to pull ahead.
Nice.
And he's back there raging.
Rage. Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry.
All right,
Let's just get out of here.
Flail, that driver is also going to try to catch up. And that worked well. Okay, so she guns it and somehow manages to get up on the same card with you guys. And then she's going to take a swing at your vehicle.
Whose vehicle? Mine?
Yours, yes.
Yeah, but it's dark. I mean, the darkness is centered on the flail vehicle, right?
It's true. The darkness has descended upon you and the flail vehicle.
Oh boy, just drive straight and drive fast.
Oh, no, that's going to hit you.
Oh.
It's rolling very well.
Oh, what?
I didn't do anything about that.
You did not choose to evade.
Who
So the
knew?
wrecking ball swings over towards you, and it smacks into the side and dents it, and then ricochets off.
Not a very big wrecking ball.
It wasn't very well aimed.
Okay.
Okay, so the now increasingly paranoid pilot of Racer Duloc, who is now terrified of minivan-style war wagons, is also going to try to catch up. And they manage to pull up a little further, but they're looking into this cloud of darkness, and they don't opt to take any shots at this point, figuring that it's not likely to be very successful. Team Aleph would be now hesitant. First, they're going to see if the guys in the back unshake, which they do not. And they're kind of lost in the darkness, not getting very, very far either. And last but not least, the folks in the bad buggy.
A doom buggy, if you will.
I think Disney going to sue somebody.
Yep.
Okay, new round. Oh, Edward's flail draws a black joker. Or the red joker, excuse me. All right, so that driver is going to take another swing at you in the darkness. And completely miss.
Hey, don't go swinging your balls in the dark.
That's never a good plan.
Come on, it was too easy. You've got a wrecking ball in the dark.
It really was.
Sorry. Okay.
Somebody get Miley Cyrus on the phone. Okay. Doesn't look promising for the ability to pull out ahead either. No, it's very difficult for her to maneuver this thing in the darkness, so not doing so good.
All right.
She only manages to pull up, despite having a joker, only manages to pull out ahead of you. So you guys are in the clear now, but so is everyone behind you.
We can see again.
Yes.
Okay,
so the Team Aleph guys are going to once again try to unshake. All right, so the Team Aleph guys pull up one card, but the crossbowmen are still out of commission.
Hey.
The Racer Duloc guys, so they just blast ahead, and they're up with Edward's flail there now. The Raging Wolf also takes off like crazy, and they've caught up with you now. And last but not least, the folks in the bad buggy, now that they're out of the dark, are also caught up. And the co-pilot is going to fire a crossbow at you.
Rude.
No, crossbow is very powerful. Where's this guy aiming if he's not supposed to be trying to kill people?
He's aiming generally, and it doesn't really matter because with the vehicle moving so quickly, he doesn't really get there anyway. Okay. That brings us to you guys, and you've hit some rough terrain. So I need a weird science roll right away in order to avoid some kind of a collision.
Okay, here comes. All right,
okay, good enough. So you avoid the collision, and as the driver, what is your action going to be this turn? That's your free action. So you don't get another one of those. You can take an action to move forward, or you can take an action to do something else like ram one of the other vehicles or similar. You could also close for boarding, and if you want one of your guys to jump across and try to seize one of the other vehicles.
So I can hit one of the ones that's on the same card or on the adjacent card, the 4 of clubs.
You can, if you're talking about boarding, ramming, or forcing off the road, you can only hit the ones who are on the same card.
Okay. What about if I were to summon my attendant who can fly? You
could summon your attendant right on top of either of them.
Okay. Either of the ones on the same card. Can I do one of the ones on the card ahead of us?
They're in the darkness, so you would be at a penalty to get it in the right place.
Okay. I'm going to summon the attendant then and drop it right on top of the Doom buggy. So that attendant then will be fighting with the driver and hope to disable that vehicle.
Okay. Go ahead and make another weird science roll, please. That succeeds. You drop the attendant onto that buggy. All right, what are the rest of you doing? We'll go around. Dame Fran.
I think what I want to do is just take a really hard hit, as a paladin, do that like kind of thing, and aim for like a tire or a tread or the like.
Okay, that's going to be with your longsword. You're going to try to swing.
Yeah, would that be a fighting roll?
That would be a fighting roll at -2 because you're in an unstable platform. All right, but you're hitting a really big target, so that does hit. Which vehicle are you attacking?
I was gonna say the van right behind us, if we can reach it.
You cannot reach the van. You can reach the either the bike or the dune buggy.
Oh, dune buggy.
All right. So you crash into the rails on the dune buggy and don't do any damage. Yeah, August.
Yeah, that's me. Well, I guess I'm gonna shoot at the bike again.
Okay, fire away. That will miss. Argelia?
Am I close enough to the bike where I could pop out and take a swing with the axes?
Absolutely. And with your particular skill set, you can attack twice, once with each hand.
And I pop out, let loose a blood-curdling cry for soccer moms, and with 2 axes.
Okay.
That one hits, and the second one misses, but the first one hit. Oh, ow. Okay.
Ow.
Yeah, so you caught this guy smack in the chest. And he
My tongue was on the honor roll!
So he's gonna do a little soaking here.
Nice.
Yeah, which he does. So he kind of swerves the bike at the last second, and you catch him. You slash through his leather jacket, but don't do any serious harm. He's still not real happy about it, though.
Get back here so I can hit you again.
Get back here.
Virginia.
Am I close enough to the wrecking ball to cast blindness?
You are, but it's going to be difficult because they're in the cloud of darkness that your buddy Brianna created.
Okay. Who's close enough to cast blindness that is not afraid of anything or
That
driving
would be
well?
any of the vehicles except for Racer Duloc and Edward's Flail. You could slap with some blindness.
Okay, and they're in range.
Yes.
Okay. Let's cast blindness.
Now, do you want to burn a lot of power points and make that an area effect thing?
Sure. Are we going with? Is it?
It's basically going to be 6 again.
Quest.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess I better roll well.
That's
enough?
That's good enough.
Okay.
That does take effect. So you concentrate with your psionic powers, which you believe are superior to all other powers.
Of course.
And they now have a -2 on all activities involving sight.
Driving?
Nice. Like driving.
Yeah. Driving definitely counts. Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Good.
All right. So the Team ALF guys, man, those crossbowmen are really freaked out. They're all cowering in the back of the van. And the guy up front is just like, snap out of it, men. Come on.
Snap out of it. Okay. Usually works.
So he is going to try to catch up, but also, no, he's just going to try to catch up. He's going to try to pull ahead here. And he is successful at that. So he pulls up into the cloud of darkness, kind of blows by you in the van. Okay, Racer Duloc here, driving in darkness. The driver is just going to try to move forward without success. The darkness is really messing him up. So the shooter is going to take a shot at the pilot of Edward's flail there. Oh, and he's going to hit with a raise, despite a huge penalty to hit.
Solid roll.
Yep. But that is also a very tough vehicle. So that ricochets off the crew compartment of Edward's flail.
Oh.
Speaking of Edward's flail, she sees Team Aleph come rolling up there and is going to take a swipe. Swings the wrecking ball, completely misses.
Nice.
And actually, maybe she does manage something there. Nope, is so distracted by that she doesn't make any forward progress. All right, the boys in the bad buggy are going. The Lore Warden of Isset is going to try to is just defending herself against the attack by your attendant. So, all right, so your attendant can go first to attack.
Okay. I think boosted claw is going to be the way to go.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything other than distract her a bit. But she is distracted by this guy who's flailing at her, so that's going to be a penalty on her driving.
A bad penalty on driving actually result in a running off the road.
If it's bad enough, yes. It's what it results in this case is not making any forward progress. And the guy in the vehicle with her is going to try to punch your. He brought a lance, which was not an ideal weapon for this purpose.
Great for close quarters here. I guess vehicle to vehicle, it makes sense.
But he gets in a solid punch on your attendant.
Not a bad damage roll. What's his?
And basically punches it right out of the vehicle, and it collapses to the ground outside and disappears.
Dang it. Stupid attendant.
But I kept him from getting any forward momentum, so that's not all bad. All right. The biker is going to, for his free action, well, first he's going to take his regular action, and he gestures with his hands.
Come on, you're Nancy boy.
He gestures, and that's really it. And then
I make a gesture back.
Communicating.
Well
Keeping
done.
up foreign relations. The bird.
I know what that finger means.
Okay, but he does manage to pull forward into the cloud of darkness. Sure. And that brings us to you guys. What would you like to do as far as moving forward here?
I am going to move us forward as much as possible. That's a weird science roll?
So go ahead and make a weird science roll at +2 or +1. Sorry. Okay. Your minivan doesn't handle all that well. Oh, very nice.
I didn't put any modifiers on that, so add 1 to that.
Yep. So you just blast through the crowd and pull out into the lead.
Yes, and I make a gesture as I go by.
You blow right through the cloud of darkness and come out in front. So the wrecking ball is up first this round, Edward's flail, and they are going to try to catch up. Okay, so this is a point in the track where there's a curve around a hill, and this thing basically goes through the hill and blasts out into the lead.
Wow. Right?
They are. So that may be why they drove through the hill. They couldn't really see what they were doing. All right, next up is the Raging Wolf, which is no longer in the magical darkness. And this guy is also going to drive forward, but in parallel, he is going to take a shot at you guys. So let's see.
Which you guys?
That's an excellent question. Okay, that's going to be good enough. Yeah, so he pulls up next to you, and he gestures towards Brianna in the driver's seat.
Okay.
And you suddenly feel really tired. He is attempting to take control of you with Puppet.
Hey, now. Come on. Me too.
So I am going to need you to make a spirit roll.
Okay.
Are you happy with that?
I am. No, I'm going to Benny that. I don't. Son of a bomber. I think that's it.
All right. So he now has control of you.
All right, guys.
I would like notice rolls from everybody else to see if you notice that he's assumed the twirly eyes. I'm under someone else's mental control position. You did see the spell casting. So Argelia definitely notices.
Done.
Hey guys, somebody broke our driver.
Somebody broke our driver.
Broke the driver.
Yeah, Dame Stern definitely notices. So, yeah, you guys are pretty much, you see that Brianna has kind of went slack and is not really performing normally. All right, the Team Aleph guys, they're going to try to pull up first, and then they're going to shoot at people with crossbows.
Okay.
It's rude.
It is.
Rolling just fine.
Yep, they sure are.
I think you need a new set of dice.
So they pull up alongside you guys, and the guys in the back of the van are firing crossbows out through the sides at both you and the guy in the motorcycle. Ooh, motorcycle guy's in trouble.
What is
Ooh.
happening?
Okay, so the motorcycle guy definitely got hit, and he got hit hard.
Does that break the spell that he's put on me?
If he takes damage, it certainly does.
Ooh, die, buddy, die.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Also, ouch. Now he is wearing motorcycle leathers.
Yet?
Okay, so the first hit, that's enough to shake and wound him. So he's going to start throwing some bennies out to try to soak that, which he does. The second one just shakes him. And I'm going to say, all right, so he spends 2 bennies, but he manages to remain unshaken despite having a crossbow bolt narrowly miss his head.
Oh.
And that brings us to Racer Dulac.
Before we leave him, what does that mean for his control over me?
He is still in control of you at this time.
Okay.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Okay, so Racer Dulac is also going to try to pull forward while the sharpshooter takes aim at you guys. And Racer Dulac goes blazing by you guys. And so it's in the darkness. So they're actually they're not able to see anything. So they're holding fire right now. All right, and that brings us to you guys. So Brianna is going to slam on the brakes, which causes you guys to drop back a card. But before she does that, you guys in the vehicle have the chance to do something. So this would be an excellent time if any of you had Dispel, which I don't think you do.
Magic. I have axes.
Be too excited.
But I don't believe anyone has Dispel. However, Dame Stern, you're in the front with Brianna. So I would allow you to attempt to grapple and pull her off the wheel.
Absolutely.
So your grapple is an opposed athletics roll.
Oh. So you want me to roll athletics to fight that off?
You both roll athletics. Okay. All right. So
Never have I been so happy to have a critical failure.
not technically a critical failure because you didn't roll 2 ones.
Still.
Still.
You have managed to grab onto Brianna and yank her away from the controls. So now I need an opposed strength check. Your choice of strength or agility, actually. I need an opposed strength or agility check to see if you can yank her away from the controls.
And do I have to counter with the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can counter with either.
Oh, come on.
All right. Nope. She's still on the control. So she slams on the brakes and you guys drop back a card.
I can't Benny that.
You can Benny that.
I am going to, this is a little.
And you succeed.
Good. Nice.
You manage to keep her from slamming on the brakes. Meanwhile, the other 3 of you can do something else as you're cruising along here. So we'll just go down the line here. We will start with everyone's favorite Eeyore, August Fierro.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey.
What do you want me to do? Shoot at him or something? Yeah, I guess so. I'll go ahead and I'll shoot at the roadster if I can get a shot off on one of the tires.
Well, that's in darkness, so you don't really have a good line of sight to the guys who are ahead of you.
Gotcha.
You're in good shape with either the Team Aleph van or the Raging Wolf motorcycle, though.
Which car do you guys want me to shoot at? I guess
Probably.
Whichever
Everyone's
motorcycle.
closer.
Do something mean to the guy on the motorcycle
Right.
who's got our driver all screwed up.
One here.
Okay. I go ahead
Something
and
mean.
I'll take aim at the tire. So I guess this would be a called shot.
That would be a called shot, yes. So it's going to be at a -5 if you're aiming for the tire.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Oof.
Unstable platform. You're bouncing around in this van.
Not the engine.
Not sure
Wow.
how to make it a -5.
Engine's a little bit bigger.
Just roll it, and we'll apply the penalty afterwards.
A very analog -5. Whoa! Holy cow!
So that will hit with a raise
think you
on the tire.
Holy
You
cow!
Took a musket and you like sharpshooter
What in the
skills.
world?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Let's see some damage.
Go back to sleep.
Uh,
Your job here is done.
So it'd be a plus.
No, it's just 6.
ah,
You can, however, Benny damage.
I'll do that.
It's better.
Could use
Yeah.
some Benny.
Nice.
So that the tire is shredded, and this guy just wipes out. He's out of the race.
Right. So presumably that breaks his control over me.
That does break his control.
Yay.
Woo! Yay! It's like Death Race 3000.
Yeah, he's pinwheeling across the, whatever.
All right,
Oh, that was fun, I guess.
Argelia.
I'm going to use some applied violence on the van.
Okay. Are you going to attempt to lob an axe at it?
How close is the van?
Yeah, it is close enough that you could take a swing at it directly out the window. Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. So you have hit the van, on both with a raise on the second one. So you're kind of hanging out the window, and you just bring your axes down on this vehicle.
Rah!
Nice.
Damage for both.
Damage for both. Whoa!
Good lord.
So the first axe, your right hand axe, just kind of ricochets off the armor on this thing, but your left hand axe goes right through the windshield.
Hello, lefty.
Meet Stormbreaker!
Oh dear! And they're gonna lose control of the vehicle.
Sweet.
18 Mike took us.
All right, so let's see what happens. Okay, so they're kind of spinning out, and everyone on board is distracted. So they're kind of careening back and forth along the road, semi out of control. And Virginia,
Okay, so the motorcycle's out. Who's left?
the flail and Racer Duloc are up ahead in the dark, and
The
the
van is
and the
careening
van,
around the road. Yeah.
yes, and the bad buggy back there is potentially going to gain on you.
They're probably a little bit far for me to try casting spells, yeah?
Well, that's an interesting question. The range on these things on the cards right now is 5 inches. So you can cast one card away, but not two under normal circumstances. However, one cool thing that Savage Worlds Adventure Edition put in is power modifiers. So you can for an extra power point, double the range of your power, which would put you in range to hit the bad buggy.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
You are in the back, so you could hang out the back window and shoot at them.
Okay, let's do that.
Fire away. That will hit.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Not bad at
Nice.
all.
Jeez, nicely done.
Yeah.
That is very
Nice.
respectable.
Yeah. With a pistol, no less.
That does hit with a raise, so you get the bonus damage. And let's see how tough the bad buggy is. Not that tough. So they also are going to have to make a maneuver roll to avoid wiping out as this bullet hits hits the vehicle itself.
Maybe I hit the radiator or something exciting. Better.
Ooh, that's not a good start. But that's good enough. So they are able to maintain control. They kind of swerve a little bit and then get back on track. And so they are concentrating primarily on closing the range, but they are also going to return fire. So the driver guns it and manages to pull up near you guys, and the co-pilot fires a crossbow at you.
What? Oh, dare they?
Ooh.
Cool.
Commoners.
Okay, so that's going to hit, not with a raise, fortunately, because they rolled really badly on the ace. And the crossbow thuds harmlessly into the armored side of your minivan.
Oof.
And that is a new round. This is the second to last round when the darkness will still be in play.
Okay.
Okay, nobody has any complications this round, and the Team Aleph guys are up first. So driver's going to try to pull ahead into the darkness, but before he does, the crossbowmen are going to open fire.
Now those guys are still swerving uncontrollably, right?
Yes, so they're penalized, but they're also rolling really well. So 2 crossbow bolts thud into your vehicle.
Oh, okay.
And 1 into the bad buggy. Okay, so both the crossbow bolts hit the hull and ricochet off. The one that hits the bad buggy hits the protective cage on the buggy and ricochets off as well. Then the driver is going to try to pull forward into the darkness and succeeds in doing that. So the the van pulls into the cloud of darkness around the flail, which brings us to the flail. That she can't really see anything driving along. So she is going to go ahead and just devote all of her attention to trying to drive out of here, which she does manage to pull ahead, taking the cloud of darkness with her. And that brings us to you guys. So do you want to do anything? Do you want to maneuver first or do your attacks first?
I'd like to try to get ahead. I mean, I think if we try to gun it, and leave the buggy behind, that's what I think I'd like to do first. Devote all my attention to going forward.
Okay, so Brianna, I would like a weird science roll, please.
Nah, I think I'm going to Benny that.
Okay.
That's a little bit more like
baby.
it. That's a little bit more like it.
So you blast past the convertible in the van, and you're in the cloud of darkness.
Okay.
Welcome. Did you look ahead to see what was ahead of the cloud of darkness? Just checking.
I have a slight sense of what is there. Now that I'm there, do I have any remaining actions?
No, that was your gunning it was your action, but the other 4 people in the vehicle do.
So you guys can still attack that guy just at a you
can still attack at a penalty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would any of you like to do anything to this big old flail?
I kind of want to mailbox baseball it.
I kind of want to hit it with blindness.
Okay, so go ahead and make fighting attack.
Sweet.
You absolutely can do blind as well. Fire away, everybody.
Yes.
August, I assume that you're reloading.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload.
I think they're blind. Just a guess. Darkness, they get to keep it.
Yeah, they're blind, all right.
Right.
So the driver of Edward's flail is now blind. That'll be fun. And Dame Stern, that does hit Edward's flail, so you can roll damage. And Argelia, do you also want to take some swings at this thing?
Why not?
Everybody else got a piece of it.
Those both hit. The second one with a raise.
You don't want to piss off Lefty.
Okay, let's get a damage roll. Let's get a damage roll from Fran as well. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's a lot of damage for everybody. But you are attacking a construction vehicle. So Argelia's axes just bounce off the hide of this thing. But Dame Stern lunges at what appears to be a vulnerable spot and seems to jam her sword into maybe a hydraulics line or the magical equivalent thereof.
Nice.
So that's going to require a maneuvering roll at a serious disadvantage.
Being blind in the dark.
Yes. Okay. So Edward, we have also lost control of Edward's flail. So let's see what happens.
That'd be great.
Okay, so this one is also kind of slewing around semi out of control. The bad buggy is up. The driver is going to focus on trying to catch up very successfully. And the co-pilot, as they're driving forward, is going to take a pot shot at the Dulac guys and completely fail to hit anything. So the bad buggy has now pulled into the cloud of darkness. And last but not least, our friends in Racer Dulac. The co-pilot is going to take a shot at the van with a musket and miss because they're bouncing around so much. And the pilot manages to blow through the cloud and pull into the lead.
Hey, that's not cool.
And we're in what will probably be the final round.
All right.
Final round of darkness or of the race?
Both.
We better win.
And Racer Dulac draws well on initiative. This could be bad. This could be the game winner right here. Oh!
Wow.
Racer Dulac for the win.
What?
The convertible just blasts across the finish line, taking the lead. The flare of trumpets sound, and the race is ended.
No prize for second place. Too bad.
All right. So, what did you guys think of this scenario? Since this was a playtest,
It was fun. I thought it was nicely balanced. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that.
The action packed. Like I'm trying to imagine what it would be like as an entire game.
I think as a little mini game or as a one-off, this was pretty good.
Absolutely agreed.
Yeah,
It's definitely a
This would be an
diversion.
interesting chapter of a larger adventure.
yeah, that's the idea. Is in the Children of the Apocalypse second edition book, there's a plot point campaign, which is what some of you played through previously. And then there are a set of Savage Tales, which can be inserted wherever you like. So this is one of the Savage Tales. So it'd basically be 1 or 2 sessions where you're doing this thing, and then you'd go on to the larger plot.
Okay.
Nice.
So this took us about an hour and a half to play through.
Not even.
Yeah. I mean, including explanation of stuff. So yeah, I mean, not even an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see this would be a quick little diversion. This was fun.
All right, cool.
You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook as Happy Monster Press, at our website, happymonsterpress.com, Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow the podcast on YouTube, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play Music. Savage Worlds is the property of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Music, Ice Cold by Jason Shaw.
Oh, for sure.